All right, our entries in Super E Runabout, Richard Bays in the clear deck V69. The yellow and gold and purple of Braxton Miller. Jeff Ruth also in the yellow with a red. The X clear deck of Cole Childress. And Derek Gessler in that beautiful sounding 6-cylinder Merc. Wait till you hear that one as he'll fire up here shortly as Derek Gessler out of Minnesota in the C99. Beautiful pink.
Ray.
I think everybody's ready.
Bobby and Ray go to the basket. So can I take you?
Shoot the gun.
Oh, now right now I just got to sit and relax.
30 to the 3, guys. 30 to the 3.
Kind of boo-boo there.
Well, Derek Gessler not only builds boats, but he builds engines as well and has a great shop. So if you have need of hardware or anything, see Derek Gessler and he can help you out.
We've got them all on the water. The Super E, the 44, and the Evan Root 3-holer. Those have a different sound altogether. Just see what the combination's going to be. I've seen the 44 Mercury. I've seen the Mercury 6-cylinder. I see the Evinrude 3-holers. Braxton Miller enters the race course. This will be quite a race to watch. We are less than a minute to the white flag.
$700 runabouts. Get them in the water, guys. 700 runabout. You're up next. K-Pro. K-Pro and Novice. Get them to the water. 700 runabouts. Put them in the water, please.
Ray, if you had to guess, what's their magic number at the entrance here?
Well, I would think in this one about 8 to 9 seconds, Bobby.
Wow. What's the speed record in one of these? What's the speed record on one of these?
These guys will run about 90 miles an hour.
Kessler looks like he's doing it already. We're
Derek
on the
Gessler
clock.
in that beautiful sounding 6. 700 runabouts. Get them in the water, guys. 700 runabouts. You're up next.
30 seconds
Now
in the
this will be an
countdown.
interesting one, Bobby.
Oh, Ray, this one's going to make me stand up all day. Make you want to stand up all day, Ray.
All right, here they come. 13 feet in length, about 90 miles an hour. Stringing them out. This is going to be an interesting start. Gessler and Childress up the front straightaway. Derek Gessler out in front of Childress. All boats are legal, Bobby.
Great start, great start. Kessler is out.
Whoa! You had one
Ray,
that
what
spun over in
happened?
the corner.
Kessler's
Man,
opening
he
up.
went into that corner hot.
Boy, keeping your eyes on turn 2. Oh, my gosh.
Derek Gessler, your leader. Childress, Kirkendall, Braxton Miller, Jeff Ruth.
Ray, they were pushing it just a little hard. We've lost another one, Ray. Is that Jeff Ruth?
Yep, Jeff Ruth. Unfortunately for him. $700 runabouts. Get them ready to roll, guys. 700 runabout. You're up next. One more lap to go for Derek Gessler. Childress, Kirkendall, and Braxton Miller.
Braxton Miller's got his work cut out for him to work his way up there. Remember, this is Saturday's first and only heat. They still get another shot to run
Now,
Sundays.
Derek Gessler really has it to himself. Bobby, that big six is singing. Cole Childress in that second spot. Braxton Miller for third. Kirkendall for the fourth spot.
Nothing compares to that sound of that six-cylinder, Ray. When you hear that six-cylinder fire up, there's no mistaking it, Ray.
You know, it's really interesting, Bobby. That was a sound that if you grew up in Depew, which I did, every time one of those babies would fire up, you'd see people headed for the beach. They had to absolutely hear that beautiful sound of a 6 Merc.
That thing has to be over 70 horsepower.
Absolutely. And you know, this goes to what I was saying before about Derek Gessler and building the kind of motors and the kind of boats that need to win, and he's got them.
Well, I asked him one time, Ray, I said, why are you running that old De Silva? I said, there's so many better boats out there, and he goes, it looks like a De Silva. That's all I'm going to tell you. So, that tells you that he has majorly changed things.
He is unbelievable in terms of machining with all the great parts and pieces. So if you ever need anything in hardware, give Derek a call because he can certainly help you up there in Minnesota. And I know he built Marty Thayer's hydro, and he's built a number of runabouts that we're going to see right here with the 700 runabouts coming up as Mike Thurlby and his crew use a lot of Derek's material as we get ready for 700 runabout.
Oh, Ray, I forgot to tell you. I ran into Tom just a second ago. He said 5 o'clock playing on the drawing.
All right. How
And
about that, folks?
We are over $400 in cash to the winner.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, we need to help Tom out, and I appreciate anything. You guys can go over there for $5. You get 6 tickets, or you get a ticket for $1. But what great work Tom has done to bring us here. And we appreciate everything that he's done. Let's give a little bit in kindness back.
Ray, sometimes there's unsung heroes at a boat race, and there's a bunch of them right in front of us.
Amen. We've got the best crew in the world right here in front of us on the beach with us, led by Sue Saylor and her group, and just some great help from the NBRA side of it as well. And just they work together so well, keep us informed and make it forward that we're able to have the information we need.
What about the lady with the pistol?
All right, 700 runabouts. If you're not ready, wave your hand.
Who's the lady with the pistol, Ray?
That's Wendy Bosnick. You don't want to mess with Wendy.
I was going to say, it looked like the original Dirty Harry when she grabs that thing.
All right, our entries in 700 runabout. Andrew Thurlby out of the Thurlby Automotive Trailer out of Interlochen, Michigan. He'll be in the green M44. Tony Walk coming back to driving for 30 to the 3, guys. 30 to the 3. We have a hydro going out for 1 lap, guys. That'll be out there with you. Tony Walk in the M47. That's also green. It has a checkered flag ribbon across the nose of that boat. Jason Saylor, who won the 500 title yesterday, he'll be in the black nose, the black trim, clear deck, boat M16 out of the Thurlby Automotive Trailer as well. Jake Emmons out of Muskegon, Michigan. He'll be in the black M96. Andy Kurtz in a Gessler design boat that Andy built in the M8. Brennan Berkland in the V9 out of Hampton, Illinois. K-Pro and Novice to the water. K-Pro and Novice to the water, please. Well, I call these 100-mile-an-hour rockets. These guys are unbelievable. A 14-foot boat. Watch this speed out of these guys. Unbelievable. When they pull that pipe and pull that pipe up close to the motor, again, it gives them about a 5 to 7 mile an hour ride. But what it also does is pushes them back in the boat as they'll come forward for the start. All right, we got about 3 seconds to go for the 1-minute gun. Brennan Berkland in that orange and blue V9. Jake Emmons in the black M96. All of them head over to the backstretch now. They have to have all 3 of the buoys in the bottom corner on their left as they come for the start. Andrew Thurlby on the outside wants a little bit of that outside edge as he comes out of the corner now with Berkland, Thurlby, Tony Walk. Here comes Andrew Thurlby and Andy Kurtz, Jason Saylor. Look at that start. The 3 of them into the corner now. Big wall of water as they go through the corner. Holy buckets. Andy Kurtz out front. Andrew Thurlby. All boats are legal. Tony Walk in that 3rd spot. Andy Kurtz out front. Thurlby, Saylor, Tony Walk for 4th. And Brennan Berkland in that 5th spot. Now Thurlby and Saylor duking it out for that second spot. Look at Andy Kurtz. Andy swings wide. Andrew trying to turn inside of him. Walk for that fourth spot. Jake Emmons went down as Andy Kurtz your winner, Kurtz. Andrew Thurlby. Jason Saylor and Tony Walk. And Brennan Birkeland. Well, I said it yesterday. Andy is a little person, but let me tell you, he drives like he's 10 feet tall. What a great run for Andy Kurtz. Andy, his dad is Jim, his grandfather, Dan Kurtz, and his great-grandfather, Mel Kurtz. So the fourth generation, Andy Kurtz, on the water is the winner in heat number 1 of 700. What a great family the Kurtz are. Just absolutely driven to win, let me tell you. And they have more championships. I asked Danny Kurtz about a couple, 3 months ago. I said, Danny, how many national championships? He couldn't tell me, which tells me a lot about him because he wasn't bragging. But I did find out that he is the only U.S. driver to have won 3 world championships. And that is a feat, let me tell you. When you're up against the best of the world and the difference in how our starts are versus theirs, because in a world championship, everybody starts on the beach and then it's a run to a particular buoy and then run 7 or 8 laps for a world title. And so the guys in Europe, that's the way they start all of their races, and they do a great job over there. I've told a couple of the guys we'd love to have them come to the States and race with us over here. And hopefully before I'm gone, that'll happen. All right, our next class up is Novice NRK Pro Division. These youngsters from the age of 9 years up, speeds of about 55 to 60 miles an hour, but in a 10.5, 11-foot boat with a youngster driving it, let me tell you, can get pretty interesting at times. And we've seen them blow over even at that speed because the weight ratio with the youngster in the boat, and you have any kind of wind, and you're going to see one of them go. So they have to obey the same rules that the older drivers do. Well, we're just short of $1,000 in the 50-50 drawing right now, and we will draw at 5 o'clock. So that is fantastic. Thank you, fans. get yourself over there to the 50-50 drawing and purchase 6 tickets for $5 or $1 a piece. You can't win if you ain't there, right, Bobby?
We bought 24 last night, Ray.
I did as well. Yeah, we're bringing Jake Emmons in as soon as we get him in. 30 to the 3, guys. 30 to the 3 for the novice K-Pro category. Andrea Childress in Boat X. Harley Weinberg in the V25. In Braxton, that'll be a yellow and gold boat. Anna Walk will be in the Y12. 3 boats ready to go. All right, novice K-Pro, there you go. Harley Reinbold in the Miller, purple and gold. Anna Walk in the white Y12. Super E runabouts, get them ready to go, guys. Super E runabout, you're up next. All right, coming up with about 1 minute to go for the 1 minute gun to fire. Give these youngsters a chance to be on the water, get used to the boat. As Harley had not been in a red flag. 700 runabouts to the water, guys. 700 runabouts, you're up next. We had the red flag as we have a boat that was unable to keep running. Super E runabout. Super E, you're up next. Super E. Sorry. I'm listening. Super E runabout, you're up next.
So in other words, it felt that you have been baptized. You swim.
Super E runabout, get him in the water, guys. You're up next. Super E. Well, we needed a signature from a family member on one of the drivers. It was not done. And because of that, we had to call that start of the heat. But we'll be able to come back again. We get the signatures and we'll be ready to go. So Super E. He's asking. No. 30-3 for Super E runabout. Again, if Braxton Miller can finish off in this heat of racing, he will be the High Point champion in Super E runabouts. Braxton has a lot of points around the country as they've raced from out east at Catani, Pennsylvania. I don't know, are you going to Wilson or to South Carolina, Doc?
We probably go to Franklin.
Go to Franklin, Pennsylvania as well. So still got a lot of racing to go. Yeah, it's Tabor City. $700s, get them in the water, guys. 700 runabouts, get them to the water, please. 700 runabouts.
Remember, these guys are going speeds of over 90 miles an hour. We had 7 of them the first time. The heat is on Braxton Miller if he wants to finish out on top. I hear that Mercury 6-cylinder. They've got less than a minute before we throw the white flag. Ray told us a little while ago, these guys must enter the chute somewhere around 8 or 9 seconds and be wide open.
Get them in the water.
We've got 20 seconds and counting down.
700 runabouts to the water, please. All right, there it is, Bobby.
We're on the white flag. The countdown has begun. We have less than 1 minute. All boats want to hit this on 0. Start finish line. The white flags are out of the patrol boats. They know that they have to get a perfect start. I believe that I would want the inside lane.
All right, as we get ready to go with heat number 2. With Derek Gessler having won that first heat and Cole Childers in the second spot.
It looks like they're where they need to be. We have a good start. All boats were legal.
Derek
We're
Gessler
going
leading
to the
him
first
into the
turn. It
corner.
looks like Kessler jumped right in there. Kessler coming down the backstretch. He was in and out of that turn real fast. Kessler opening up the gap.
700s, get him in the water,
We've
guys.
got a race for
700s
second,
in the water,
third,
please.
and fourth, and fifth.
700, you're up next.
Kessler making this look like a walk in the park. But we still got a race going on for third, fourth, and fifth, and second place. We're going to be charging hard in this turn. This is where things can happen and go wrong, as they have many times.
Bobby, this is a battle for second place.
Yeah, with the third and fourth and fifth place boats.
Yeah. Well, what's fun? Watch this black boat on the outside. That's Braxton Miller. And when he comes around on this side, he'll be yellow.
Miller took it real tight in that turn. He made up a lot of ground. Richard Bays.
Look at the speed out of Derek Gessler down that backstretch through the bottom corner now. As Derek Gessler out of Minnesota will come looking for that checkered flag with 2 heats back-to-back win. Braxton Miller. Will take the second spot. Kirkendall for third. Richard Bays for that fourth spot.
Wow. Make no mistake, Kessler is a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely is an unbelievable speed out of that big 6-cylinder as Derek Gessler, your winner in boat C99.
In order for them guys to catch him, Ray, they're going to have to pick up a couple of mile an hour.
I think probably even a little bit more than that.
And a whole lot of acceleration.
Amen to that.
Ray, I heard you say earlier, we still have a tremendous amount of racing yet to go through.
We certainly do, and fortunately or unfortunately, wherever you look at it, the cloud cover is going to protect the vision of our guys coming down the front straightaway as they're looking up at the clock. Yesterday, with the sunlight just coming right straight down the corner, it was a little difficult, but now with the cloud cover, that may help our guys to be able to run a little bit later.
The guys were saying last night, Ray, that the sun was directly in their eyes when they were trying to look at the clock.
Yep. I have no doubt about that. It was brutal. And that's a tough thing because you just have really no idea where the heck you're at. Some of the guys use a stopwatch in their boat, and they know about how much time is left until the start of the race. If they could look down at that and see what they had for time left, that's one thing, but not being able to see the clock and know for sure where they were at, that's a whole different story.
Did they tell them what's for dinner too?
Another thing to keep in mind, when they enter into that first turn, they're almost still blinded because of the sun, the way it's hitting them.
Yeah, I mean, you mix up the sun and a wall of water in that corner. And, you know, somebody asked me one time, said, can you see anything in the corner? And I said, you see shadows, but as long as there's water coming in your face, if you're not out front, as long as there's water in your face, you know you can keep squeezing.
Yep, drive into the water, right?
30 to the, yep, hang on.
Ray, what's our next class on the schedule?
We're going to come back with that 700 runabout. I call them the rocket ship.
700 runabout.
Well over 100 miles an hour.
Oh, Lord.
Turning about 14,000 RPM on the motor.
Oh, my, Ray.
Now, one of the interesting parts, let me just check with our president of our club here.
that's not a problem.
It may, I don't know what the forecast, it may not be that bad.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna be here anyway,
Yeah, well,
you know.
I mean, you can hear it. And that, you know.
They say silence is golden. In the racing world, we want to hear them Mercuries and them Yamatos screaming.
All right, 700. If you are not ready to go, please give us a wave. 30 to the 3, guys. 30 to the 3.
Yeah, what time is it? So it's 10, almost 10 o'clock and you're still not here.
All right, guys, ready to go.
You asked me a question I wanted to answer. What was the question?
Oh, I forgot. I just picked this crap up if I go.
All right, the 1 minute gun has been fired. These guys will head over to that backstretch. Well, fans, if you would hold your right hand out and spread your fingers as far as they'll go, from the tip of your thumb to the end of your little finger is the width of the props that these guys are using. 4 and 5 blades and spinning at 15,000 RPM. Here they come. Look at this start. Andy Kurtz out front. Well, we'll wait on the judges as they were really pushing it. But Andy Kurtz out front. Jason Saylor now moves into the second spot over Tony Walk with Andrew Thurby fourth, and then well, unfortunately for Andy, he jumped the gun. Jason Saylor now moves in front with Tony Walk, and then Andrew Thurby, Brennan Birkeland. Jason Saylor out front with Kurtz having been disqualified. Watch him in the corner. He is driven. Oh my goodness. He spun that thing to the inside. Tony Walk now in the second spot with Thurlby third. As Jason Saylor, your leader, with Andy Kurtz having been disqualified. That puts Tony Walk in the second spot, with Thurlby in the third spot. Look at Andrew now. Andrew will dive deep into the corner. Andrew trying to get to him. But Tony's going to take it. Your winner was Jason Saylor, with Tony Walk being second, Andrew Thurlby for third. The fourth spot went to Brennan Birkeland.
If not, it's turbo change.
Then it's turbo change.
So the novice and the K-Pro are running
They're doing the
together.
gun jumper problem.
Yeah. Sue, did we get a signature? Thirty to the three for the first heat of K-Pro and Novice.
I want you to look how that haze is hanging in here.
Yeah, we have the young Childress in the water, ready to go, along with
Smoke on the
Anna Walk.
It's supposed to be Centurion. Oh, we'll be sitting in the dead of winter.
All right, guys, we're going to go back to back with these folks. So I need my turn judges, Richard Bays and Ty Abear, Doug Hall and Kenny Orr on the towboats. Again, we're going to go back to back, guys. Harley Reinbold now on the water, along with Anna Walk and Cody Childress. So again, Richard Bays, Ty Abear, Doug Hall, and Kenny Orr. If you'll please report to the PA booth. Yeah. Yeah.
We ain't halfway yet.
The export is? Yeah. We have 22 heats left.
22 heats. What we run yesterday?
Got over 3.5
18.
hours. 22 heats.
What's
You
the
got
chance
4 hours
does
to race.
Snowball having hell? You may be sitting out here with your well.
All right, our 700 runabout. Your winner was Jason Saylor in the M16, with Andrew Thurlby finishing in the second spot, and Tony Walk picking up the podium finish in the M47. All right, we're on the clock. We've got less than 45 seconds to go. Going to go back to back. 350 hydros. You're up after the second heat of K-Pro and Novice. 1100 runabout. You're right after them. And then E runabout. You're up after 1100. All right, here they come for the start. As Cody Childress will take him up with Anna Walk in the white boat in the Y12. And Harley Reinbold now in one of the What's Up Dock boats. All three young ladies. Now Harley beginning to move on Anna Walk up the backstretch, as she'll get by her for the second spot, but she's chasing Childress into that bottom corner. These are using, the first two place boats are using a Yamato engine. That's a Japanese built motor. That boat in the second spot is for sale, by the way. See Doc Miller for particulars on that boat. But the Yamato engine built over in Japan, what they have done over there is they've built 26 different stadiums that they race in. And those stadiums are set up that it's pari-mutuel betting. All right, our Super E runabout. Derek Gessler was your winner, with Cole Childress in the second spot. Braxton Miller finishing in the third spot, with Mike Kirkendall in the fourth spot. Kenny Orr, Tylene Hebert, Doug Hall, and Richard Bays. We need you guys here at the judges' stand. Again, Richard Bays, Ty Hebert, Doug Hall, and Kenny Orr. Again, the pari-mutuel betting over in Japan, it's just like what we do with horse racing here. You walk up to the window and you place a bet on one of the drivers. And if you want to see some crazy racing, go to YouTube and dial in Japanese stadium boat racing and watch some of the craziest stuff you've ever seen. What they do is then they refurbish these motors out of the factory and then ship them over here to the United States. Childress out front.
Man, she started dead last.
All right, we're going to bring them on in, and then we're going to go one more heat. And then we'll start our next flight with 350 hydro, 1100 runabout, and E runabout. Those are 3 classes for the next flight. So again, 350 hydro, 1100 runabout, and then E runabout. All right, we'll give them a shot to refuel, get a cold drink.
Oh, not here. Red.
Yep. No problem.
Use red. Help me move this over so we can get the shade back.
Name and that's their place. So the first
Okay.
Gary,
All right, Derek Gessler was your winner in Super E runabout. Second went to Braxton Miller. Third was Kirkendall. The fourth spot went to Cole Childress. And fifth was Richard Bays. Sorry about that. The good doctor was never going to let me get away with that, Chrissy. Refuel, you're coming right back. Again, Richard Bays, Ty Abear, Doug Hall, and Kenny Orr. We need you here at the judges stand so we can make the quick turn. And then we'll start with 350 hydro. You need to work them to the water. Thank you.